Medische disclaimer. De inhoud van deze video is niet bedoeld als vervanging voor professionele medische diagnose of behandeling. Vraag altijd advies aan uw arts of een andere gekwalificeerde zorgverlener als u vragen heeft over een medische aandoening en zorg altijd voor de juiste behandeling voor ernstige medische aandoeningen. Wettelijke disclaimer. Gebruik alleen wettelijke maatregelen om het virus te bestrijden en werk samen met overheidsfunctionarissen, eerste hulpverleners en gezondheidswerkers om het coronavirus te vernietigen en met gepaste spoed een perfecte samenleving te creëren. Gebruik uw gezonde boerenverstand, logica en help uw medemensen indien nodig, ook om het risico op verplichte vaccinatie te verlagen en de pandemie zo snel mogelijk te beëindigen. Het doel van mijn video's is niet om mensen te lasteren of te triggeren, maar om het tegenovergestelde te doen, het blootleggen wanneer mensen ten onrechte worden beschuldigd en universele vrede, wereldvrede of gewoon vrede op aarde creëren. Mensen zijn onschuldig totdat ze schuldig zijn bevonden in de rechtbank. Iemand die van bewijs weet, moet getuigen. Niemand mag zonder een eerlijk proces worden veroordeeld. Gegroet superieur wezens, gegroet superieur organismen, welkom op Perfect Society. Ik ben Ulrich Hofman en dit is de uitzending Mensen met scalar proberen mijn registratie op viruswaanzin.nl te voorkomen voor Zoom meeting. Tja, even de chat. Pop-out chat en live dashboard doe ik uit om wat CPU te besparen. Processorsnelheid. Daar gaat het om. Nou, eens even kijken. Ah, hij doet het in één keer mooi. Worldometers, die wilde ik even niet bekijken. Hier gaat het eigenlijk om. Deze 3 dagen horen eigenlijk naast elkaar te staan. Zondag, dinsdag, donderdag. Heb ik me eigenlijk al geregistreerd voor zondag. Laat ik dat dan maar eens gaan doen. Kijken of dat wil werken. Ik denk dat ik eerst deze herstart, want dat zal weer niet werken. Dus dat is gesaboteerd. Dit wordt gedaan met behulp van synthetische telepathie, scalartechnologie en ook stralingswapens waarmee mensen worden gemarteld. Dus veel stralingswapenslachtoffers die zijn wel bekend met de stalking technieken. Als persistent denial, gewoon met een groepje alles ontkennen wat iemand zegt, dan begint iemand te twijfelen aan haar psychische gezondheid. Dus dat zijn allemaal technieken om de aarde te ontvolken, om mensen zelfmoord te laten plegen. Dus Bill Gates die wist al dat het naar 7 miljard mensen moet, dat vaccin, 3 maanden terug. Daarover meer in de petitie. Er staat een link in de beschrijving van deze video. Part of this will be in English. So let's start reading. It should work now.
EXTINCTION Methylene worden onder drug door het medisch kartelen aantevolkers. Wat is gel?
Colloidal. Echte geneesmiddelen worden onderdrukt door het medisch kartel en ontvolkers. Wat is jullie opinie betreffende colloidal zilver, luchtzuiveringsmachines met ionisator en titré en andere etherische oliën waarvan wetenschappelijk is aangetoond dat ze antiviral zijn? Colloidal zilver is geen kwakzalverij. Mensen die dat beweren hebben geen wetenschappelijke studies en herproduceerbare tests om hun opinie te onderbouwen. Wetenschappelijke studies hebben aangetoond dat colloidal zilver SARS-coronavirus vernietigt.
Antiviral effects of Nano Colloidal silver, water Catholyte, Oxidal with methylene blue, possible effects of influence over coronavirus SARS-CoV and SARS-CoV-2 with disease COVID-19. The coronavirus replicase was recently predicted to employ a variety of RNA processing enzymes. The colloidal silver Ag+ inhibits such copying of the enzyme RNA-dependent RNA polymerase N, and in this way are neutralized the effects of SARS-CoV-2, and in this way the effects of COVID-2019 are neutralized. https://www.citecentral.com/article/62/1454/antiviral effects of nanocolloidal silver, water Catholyte, oxidal with methylene blue, possible effects of influence over coronavirus SARS-CoV and SARS-CoV-2 with disease COVID-19. Colloidal silver heals sick cat of FIP, feline infectious peritonitis, June 10, 2019. The Silver Reg https://thesilverage.com/colloidal silver heals sick cat of FIP feline infectious peritonitis June 10 th 2019 /silver compound encounter tops eliminates SARS virus. According to news reports, the compound was successfully tested by the Chinese Center for Disease Control against SARS, which has a particular interest in public safety due to the numerous SARS virus outbreaks of the past few years in China. https://www.purecolloids.co.uk/index.php/31 pages/case studies/67 undeniable industry leader Zilver, Zink and Probiotica, ons schild tegen de Corona-griep pandemie. WantToKnow.nl https://www.wantknow.nl/aanbieding/zilver Zink en Pro.
Mijn zoonnaam is Ulrich Hofman. Hopelijk lukt het nu eindelijk een keer. Met vrienden. Hoe nano-zilver de celwanden van een virus kapot maakt.
Oké, nou ik post hem nog maar een keer omdat ik het niet zeker weet vanwege de verwisseling van de orde. Maar mijn Zoomnaam is dus Ulrich Hofman en niet Ulrich BC Hofman. Verzenden. Anders moeten mensen weer weten of er puntjes tussen staan en zo. Dus gewoon zo simpel mogelijk houden. Oké. Nou, dan gebruik ik de back button. En voor dinsdag en donderdag heb ik me volgens mij al geregistreerd. En er staat dus alleen registratie is succesvol. Maar dat betekent nog niet dat het zo is als ik het goed begrijp. Kijk, want deze drie stonden eerst naast elkaar. Dus hierdoor kunnen mensen deze vergeten. Die was bijna vergeten. Donderdag. Dus misschien dat ik donderdag eindelijk een keer aan de beurt kom. Maar ik heb het dus al 2 keer geprobeerd om aan zo'n Zoom meeting mee te doen. En eerst stonden deze 3 naast elkaar. Dus het is interessant dat deze... Zou deze eigenlijk hier ook onder kunnen, zou je kunnen zeggen. Even kijken, als dit een catch pages invul misschien. Dan kan ik even laten zien hoe het er normaal uitziet. Um, 8 juli bijvoorbeeld. Ziet u wel, dus zo ziet het er normaal uit. En ik denk dat het gedaan wordt door een AI die de hersengolven van mensen bestuurt. Dus het kan zijn gedaan door iemand die de pagina heeft gemaakt. In theorie. Een tijdreizend neuraal netwerk dat 7 miljard mensen wil ontvolken. Meer daarover in mijn vorige uitzendingen. Tja, ik vind dat viruswaanzin.nl een paar hele goede punten heeft. Sowieso. En dit was eigenlijk het enige wat ik eventjes wilde laten zien. Dus hoe kan het dat Colloidal zilver niet getest is door de overheid en dat er dus nu meerdere studies bestaan? Dit is wat ik even snel kon vinden. En deze studie is dus vrij nieuw. Dus het is al lang wetenschappelijk aangetoond dat SARS-coronavirus wordt vernietigd door Colloidal zilver. En waarom wordt dat niet getest? En ook het regenwater. Alleen het rioolwater wordt geanalyseerd in een laboratorium. We zouden toch eigenlijk ook moeten weten wat er in ons regenwater zit, denk ik zo. Dus meer over dat Colloidal zilver in de vorige uitzendingen. Ik kijk even of er wat in de chat is. Hello Chris Hayes. Message retracted. What I've also seen lately was people using some other chat thing. So I can talk English or Dutch, it depends on people in the chat, etc. I've already showed the whole broadcast, and this is a new study basically. Antiviral effects of nano-colloidal silver, water, Catholyte, Oxidal with methylene blue. Possible effects of influence over coronavirus SARS-CoV and SARS-CoV-2 with disease COVID-19 by Ignatov, Bulgaria. So that's great that at least some people are doing this because they see this as an excuse to vaccinate 7 billion people to death. And I don't agree with it. I don't agree with population reduction, and I don't believe in their lie that the earth would be overpopulated. So the Gavidiots can take a hike. I think that now they're going to notice that these 7 billion people don't agree with their disproportionate, thus illegal, unconstitutional coronavirus measures, the treasonous measures. And they won't test the effectiveness nor the safety of colloidal silver because they cannot make money from it. And we already know that it is effective, so they don't have to test it, only make it mandatory instead of the killer vaccine, which is going to be injected by the military according to online sources. So how could Bill Gates have known 3 months ago that the vaccine has to go to 7 billion people? I do show the Go petition petition again, because it has some good points in it. Keep vaccination voluntary, specifically electroporation and gene drive extinction technology vaccines. And this is covered in my previous broadcast, so I'm not going to cover it now. And this is the video, the race for a COVID-19 vaccine explained, in which Bill Gates says it's going to have to go to 7 billion people. And this was when? 3 months ago. Copy.
https://jouw.tu./105x T is gelijk 113.
So this was 30th of April. April, May, June, July. So in July it's 3 months. This is 24th of July, 3 months ago. So yeah. Let's see if I do that picture slideshow again, if then the video is removed. I don't know why they did that to one of my previous videos. It was about air ionizers, colloidal silver, and essential oils, tea tree oil and such. Of tea tree oil, it's scientifically proven to be antiviral, for example. Yet they cannot advise people about this because they can make money from it and they cannot reduce the global population with it. These are the only two reasons. So, Linsky models have shown the petition on whitehouse.gov to declare George Soros a terrorist and seize all his assets. Well, if you want to spot them, then you have to know how they do it, basically. So it doesn't mean that he's trying to promote lying with statistics. But if people don't press charges, of course it's possible that 7 billion people will die from the vaccine. The companies that made it will be legally immune. They've made new laws to brush it through. And to reduce the global population, of course, Bill Gates is open about this. He said clearly, with vaccines, healthcare and reproductive health services, referring to population reduction with over 1 billion people, 10 to 15% of the global population. I'm not gonna play that video again, we've heard it enough now. We don't want to brainwash ourselves. With lies, you could argue those are lies, of course. So I think there are certain things I cannot say in English, perhaps not in Dutch either. But I've already made it clear, so that's my question to viruswaanzin.nl. And some people think they control the position, like that first scientific paper we saw of the people in India. Scientists in India made a paper and it was retracted, and in the paper they claimed it's a designer virus, man-made, according to a new RATG13 study. That is correct, but that may have been a bogus study with misinformation spread deliberately. It's propaganda, it's controlled opposition, fake resistance to round up real resistance to cover up it's a designer virus. If it is one, and it's going to the according to the lockstep plan, it's population reduction is taking place with a lockstep plan of the Rockefeller Foundation, who aided and abetted the Nazis, Mengele, etc. I did a broadcast about it already. So how can they allow these people to do that to the global population, I wonder? Has everyone gone insane? Don't they know what Bill Melinda Gates did, etc.? And of course they'd be lying if they did it, and they don't want to go to prison. They just want 7 billion people to die. So getting rid of 1 billion people with vaccines, healthcare and reproductive healthcare services is not all about saving lives, I think. And I wouldn't take that vaccine not for $1 billion. If Bill Gates would Skype me now on Prologic 999, I would refuse it. In reality, I'm here live. You can Skype me right now if you'd like to. I'm in the Netherlands. And it used to be nice. I had nice friends, etc. Until the directed energy weapon torture started, and that changed my life drastically. And there are millions of people who are still uploading videos hourly. So who knows to what extent these people, these depopulators, population reducers, are tortured into it with these directed energy weapons, or whether they're slurping adrenochrome, or if that's a total made-up nonsense thing based on a movie with Johnny Depp or whatever. You know, that type of thing. We can talk about it in the chat. Let's see if there's another comment. No. So I'm testing if that's the thing that I said in the previous video that got it removed. But I plan to go to a safe country, of course, with the COVID-19 passport implemented in only 15 countries. There are over 200 other countries where they don't have that. And that has to be before September, when the second wave starts. It's a xenovirus, so they know it will, but they have to deny that they're certain, so that interferes with all these measures that kill more people than the virus itself. I've covered that in a previous broadcast as well. And somebody wrote in the chat, wear masks, white finger, hand pointing to the right. Wear masks, finger, inhale CO2, finger, die slowly. And Bill Gates wrote that supposedly. So can someone else be called Bill Gates on YouTube, or does it have to be the real Bill Gates, I wonder? Does anybody know? Does anybody care? But I have a disclaimer. Many people don't have a medical and a legal disclaimer. So it's clear what I'm trying to do. And it's also clear what they are trying to do to reduce the global population. Though the Earth is not overpopulated, 8 billion people is sustainable. And the problem will practically solve itself. When they run out of cancer oil, they'll have to switch to another source of energy. For example, geothermal energy. Why is nobody using geothermal energy? Is it not profitable enough, perhaps? And they're just gonna use types of energy that they make 3-4 times more money on, or perhaps 100 times, who knows? Because they want to get rid of, some of them, 7 billion people, and others think that 100 million is not even sustainable if people live longer than 80 years. So, I'm definitely not the only one they're targeting. It's not about masks, the video. Originally it's an article called It's Not About Masks. I've covered that in previous broadcasts. You gotta see that one. Because it's a deep fake, and I think it's done. Well, you can see it's fake, but it's still pretty cool. I like that type of thing. when they're saying things that make sense. And many people might assume that it's not satire or whatever. I'm gonna roll a J, and they're slurring my speech, etc. So it's satanic tyranny with directed energy weapons to get rid of everybody. And perhaps they're gonna do that to all people that are not Freemasons in reality. So the Rockefellers can give themselves a nice stamp in their COVID pass. Probably they even have expensive hackers that can do it for them. And the rest will have to take the electroporation, gene drive, extinction technology, vaccines, DNA, mRNA vaccines. I think it's going to have to be mRNA, because it's an mRNA virus. And it may actually be an antibody-dependent virus. And if it's a designer virus, then they know what it will mutate into. And then more than 200 million people could die from the virus. They don't want to make it too deadly, because then the virus dies out with the person that dies. But I think it won't work in China and India, where most people live, only in Europe and in the US. Because in China and India they have no blue force tracking. I'd have to check. I haven't checked that yet, so I'm not certain. If they have it there as well, then tough luck. Then they'd have to go to a safe country as well. And there's a list on Forbes of countries with the weakest army. So yeah. So it doesn't mean we have to do anything illegal. We can go to a safe country as long as there's no lockdown yet. The countries haven't been locked down. Though many farmers are bankrupt already, at least in the Netherlands. And I think that's kind of a global thing they're doing. So that means when the borders are closed, they won't have food anymore. And I've heard that that's Kissinger's favorite population reduction method. Am I right? Starvation. Well, they control it. They call it controlling the food supply. So yeah, I'm not surprised when they are behind bars soon. I think people are waking up, and perhaps I can read Thomas Jefferson quote. The tree of liberty is nourished with the blood of tyrants. It is its natural manure. But there was another one. The limits of tyrants are prescribed by the endurance of those whom they oppress. So I could Google if India and China have blue force tracking, formerly blue force situational awareness. And perhaps it's best if I just put it on myself in the peace room, universal peace room. I'm looking for my rolling papers. Some of my previous broadcasts are awesome, so check them out. And I actually prefer English, so the intro is in Dutch because it's about a Dutch website, etc. But of course it's more important to reach the global population. So I could do another broadcast right now, basically. I first have to pick another topic. But while I'm rolling, I can just say what happened today or what's fun, etc. But basically I think they're going to shut off everybody that's critical of their population reduction policy. And the people are just going to take it. They just take the vaccine, and many people want the vaccine. They even want to make it mandatory. There's also a petition to make vaccination mandatory. So I have my doubts whether a petition can do anything, but at least it can save some lives when people realize what the real plan is. And I think that's a way to make real friends, not advocating population reduction, etc. That they don't know what they're messing with. These 7 billion people don't want to die, not for the earth and not for anybody. And they themselves don't want to die either. Some of them might pretend they want to come back as a deadly virus. That would be all too easy. But if it's too deadly, then it will die out with the person, of course. The person becomes infected and dies almost immediately. So I don't know if it has any rabies elements, the virus, but supposedly the deactivated, attenuated virus will be injected and also will penetrate the cells of children because the electroporation vaccine will make pores in their cells. So when the virus is not reaching children yet, not killing children yet, then after the electroporation vaccine we might see a different picture. And if it is true, I heard it on 5G genocide basically, I still have to verify that. But then that means, of course, that it may be 100% deadly. Because that's what rabies is. Rabies is 100% deadly, according to certain websites. But of course that's also destroyed by colloidal silver. And people who have studied it have seen numerous tests. Also UCLA and the Department of Defense's Defense Threat, DTRA, Defense Threat Reduction Agency or something. It's on that blog, Wix Ebola, the Ebola Pandemic Prevention and Survival blog about the Ebola Lacetic Myra chimera. I can turn off the other image, or perhaps it's better to put on this one. It's just 5G. People can shield with aluminum foil against microwave radiation, but not against scalar wave radiation. So the radiation increases people's cell membrane permeability. I've also shown the scientific study, and there are several, of course. So this is already known to the scientists. This is why they wanted a moratorium on 5G extinction technology. Oh, oops, sorry. I mean 5G Death Tower microwave technology. Some call it. You know, the 5th generation. Cancer cell phone network. And the scientists also wanted moratorium on gene drive extinction technology. So it's not the same as electroporation or electropermeabilization. And Wiki leaves that out, that also the viruses will enter your cells because of it. You can see it in the petition. There I added, let's see if I can switch back to that. It makes more sense to put it on that then. So this is more of a freestyle broadcast. The beginning was the normal broadcast, and now I'm just freestyling, and people that watch my videos regularly know that I regularly do this. I try to give the most important info in the beginning, and then I'm just gonna reflect upon it myself. Okay, electroporation. They blocked a letter or messed with my brainwave. Electroporation or electropermeabilization is a microbiology technique in which an electrical field is applied to cells in order to increase the permeability of the cell membrane, allowing chemicals, drugs, or DNA to be introduced into the cell, also called electrotransfer. Wiki electroporation. So I added supposedly deactivated viruses, supposedly attenuated viruses. And what else can be in the vaccine? Perhaps I should add that I've added this, but I now add that in the video. And I think that's clear. Anything that's in the vaccine can enter your cells when there are pores in your cells. If the pores are big enough, then of course it will enter these cells. There's no doubt about it. There are no reasons to make vaccination compulsory, mandatory, obligatory. There are only reasons to keep vaccination voluntary, but it's clear they have another plan. And of course that means 7 billion people will die if we want to reduce the global population to 500 million. Got it. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Will it ever happen? What do you all think? Let me know in the comments. And how to achieve such a feat, such a thing. without destroying the infrastructure. To remove the mask, remove it from behind. Do not touch the front of mask. Discard immediately in a closed bin. I'm looking what video I downloaded today. So I covered the original article of It's Just a Mask, joeykennedy.biz, and I was looking for a video I downloaded today. Perhaps it's better to find it in YouTube history. Oh yeah, the Mask of Lunacy. Necrotic mutation. Well, it was not really my type of music, I guess, but once in a while I like listening to some heavy metal, that type of thing. So I listen to all types of music. So yeah, if you guys know what the safest country would be during the lockdown, second wave, and the population reduction, let me know in the comments. I think we saw what they did in Africa with the people that tried to inject them. And of course, vaccination must always remain voluntary. Of course, you could argue if the people don't have a right to physical integrity anymore, then the legal person, the state, doesn't anymore either. Because population reduction is not their job. It's our job. Okay, so let's do this. Dus dat was hem weer. Thank you all for listening. And see you next time on Perfect Society. Stay happy, don't let them get you down. They're always tyrannizing people and trying to play them out against each other. So that's it for now. And I think it's funnier than they think. Anyway, exposed. And I exposed these idiots that want to reduce the global population in previous videos as well, so check them out. And of course that's not allowed. It's not even allowed to murder one person, let alone get rid of 7 billion people with vaccines. So I think it's an insane idea, and they're obsessed with population reduction, also clear from the book quotes. And I heard that Bill Gates also has a connection with Abramovic, the spirit cooking person, supposedly. And she talked about that herself, basically, so that's what she calls it. Anyway, it is possible, and millions of people think they are psychotic, they're psychopaths, based on the fact that some of these people, perhaps not Bill Gates, but others, Professor Pianka, for example, and others, have talked about getting rid of 7 billion people, how wonderful it would be, etc. So they have no empathy. They don't understand this planet is sustainable with 8 billion, even with 10 billion people. And I think they haven't done their homework. So, thank you all for watching. Kiss for single ladies who would like one. And see you all next time on Perfect Society.